What's up, everyone? This is the BumCast. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney and Dougie Savage, a.k.a. Dougie Fresh. Happy Victory Monday, boys. It was a great Victory Monday. I am very, very happy. Even though I think me and Dougie are silently hurting and suffering.
My throat has maybe irreversible damage to it. It's quite possible.
This is what you signed up for. No hurt feelings. You play hurt. This is what we're doing.
Yep.
No load management over here.
No.
Victory coffee might help. I'm drinking a evening victory coffee.
Oh, you're gonna be up all night, dude.
I literally am. That's the plan.
Yeah, we tried victory coffees this morning. They did not work, so we just went right back to drinking.
Show goes on.
Yeah. We looked at each other and we're like, that didn't do shit. Like, nope. let's just keep going.
The place we went to for brunch, lunch, whatever you want to call it on Monday, but all their drinks, 3 ounces of alcohol. Yeah. I'm like,
in everything?
Every drink, 3 ounces. And all their
margarita.
Normalized 3 ounces.
Yeah, dude. I mean, when Jason read that, he was like, well, I really shouldn't because we got to get going. But then as soon as he read that there was more alcohol in it, he was like, nah, I got to have one.
We typically say no free ads, but this place, stuff like that, they should get a free ad.
I'll give him a shout out. Agave and Rye in Covington, Kentucky, downtown Covington, Kentucky. Great fucking tacos, great drinks. And they had like 30 gourmet tacos, Dougie had lobster and kangaroo tacos.
All right, hold on. Time out. I know you guys were playing hurt and you guys are probably seeing double or triple, but you can't tell me what is it? Covington, Kentucky?
Covington.
You guys are acting like it's Mexico City with these tacos. What are you guys talking about?
Dude, I'm telling you, they even had a T-shirt that I almost bought. It said something to the effect of like I wouldn't do nothing for a Klondike bar, but I'd do some really
shady stuff for
some really shady stuff for these tacos. I'm telling you, right?
Tacos doesn't really, they're not known for tacos in Kentucky.
They are now. Yeah. But and then right next door was a Japanese pizza place, which I didn't even know existed in this world. But it was phenomenal.
Yeah, but Dougie had the first ever kangaroo taco. Never seen that before.
It's a kangaroo taco. Yeah. I looked at the table. I'm like, guys, this is the best kangaroo I've ever had. And Jason's like, you've had kangaroo before? I'm like, nope.
How fresh do you think a kangaroo is in Kentucky? Dude, you ate raccoon.
Yeah. Dude, I tell you, I don't know, man. It put a little bounce in my step, so it seemed fresh.
Damn, I'm gonna have to check this out next time we do the Bourbon Trail, or on our way there. But
no, it's on the complete other side, dude. You would have to.
All right, then maybe a White Sox road trip or something. Yes, but it's hard to believe that you guys are glazing these tacos.
100%. We all looked at each other and we said, "This is one of those things, to steal the Barstool bit. Put a pin in it because we're 100% going to go back there every time."
Interesting. Yep. All right, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Peter, I do want to start off the show. We didn't get to see you this weekend, so I want to say happy birthday to you.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, guys. What took so long?
we were a little intoxicated and inebriated. So happy birthday to you. And
Thank you.
And for your birthday, I'm gonna crack a beer for you.
Hey! Now we're talking. It's not that you're chasing the hangover or it's hair of the dog, or you want to keep the train rolling. It's for my birthday, is what you're saying.
For your birthday. That's for your birthday.
Appreciate that. Thank
you. I picked these up on the way back home. We stopped at one of the trucker stops, whatever, and we did a lot of bourbon and cocktails this weekend. Didn't do a lot of beer except for Modelo's and Garage Beer.
Yeah.
Shout out Garage Beer. You want to sponsor? But this is from Mad Tree. It's their Happy Amber.
Okay.
Dougie, I don't know if you ever had Mad Tree before.
Yes. Yeah. We had it at Pins. That was the stout.
Oh, I thought that was Mast Horn.
I don't know. I thought it was Matt. No, I could be wrong, I guess.
Yeah, I think that was like Matterhorn or Masthead
Okay.
or something.
All right.
This is Mad Tree.
Mhm.
Brewed in Cincy. All right, Amber Ale.
Instant review.
Give it a rip. Yeah. One sip. Everybody knows the rules.
That's a great amber.
Okay.
4.5 stars right there.
Okay.
Whoa.
Well, it's
What is it on the chub meter?
I don't know. I'll let you know after I get through half.
You gotta let it warm up a little bit.
right.
We're at the age where it's not instant.
Joey P says Agave and Rye in Lexington, Kentucky is awesome. So okay, this is more than one location.
All right.
The Hermano is giving it his stamp of approval.
Okay,
Hell
see
yeah.
now we got a guy straight out from Michoacan, giving it a rave review. So I stand corrected. You know what? I should have trusted your guys' instincts, but I do
Yeah.
trust my hermano Joey P a little more. So that's good. That's good.
So yes, cheers to you. Happy birthday.
Thank you,
Tony.
man. Thank
you,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. So how was your weekend? How was your birthday weekend?
Like the Bears Sunday, it was a big up and down. Better than worse. I went to the Fire game, first Fire playoff game for me in 12 years or something. I don't know. It was a long time since I've been to a Fire playoff game. They got their ass kicked. They didn't show up. They got their doors blown out. It was never close. So that stunk. But I did hang out with Sandra and Aaron, and we went to Jason, our old stomping grounds, the Sock. It used to be called the Dirty Sock.
It's not dirty anymore.
Not dirty
It's
anymore.
clean.
They cleaned up. It's not the Dirty Sock. It was just a sock. So it was good. I watched the baseball game there, and then 7th inning, we're like, we either stay and watch the rest of it or we go home. I'm like, let's just go home. I went home and I watched that baseball game, and it was incredible. I mean, that World Series was, Martin Scorsese cinema. It was awesome. So yeah, and then Sunday ups and downs because of the Bears game, but it was good. It was a good weekend. I had dinner with my family, Julie and everybody. We went out, so it was good. It was a good weekend.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
we ended up watching the game. So we started at one bar, and the weird thing about some of these Cincinnati bars and Covington, Kentucky bars, they close early, even for the weekend. We had to find a bar that was open beyond 11 o'clock, which was unbelievably crazy.
Yes.
So we ended up being at one bar, getting kicked out of that bar. Like, go figure, we get kicked out of a bar, but because they close. And at 11 before midnight. So then we watched the next 2 innings on the street through a window. Because
there was this place right across the street, and the bar was nuts to butts. There was 8 of us, and it was nuts to butts. We're not getting in, and this is the bottom of the 9th, and then we're standing there looking out in the window, just hoping that the game ends in the bottom of the 9th. They walk it off. And then we're good. Joey P's in Mexico.
Michoacan.
Yeah. So we're standing on the street like a bunch of fucking hooligans, watching inside. But then when it went to extra innings, we just like, all right, let's find a quick spot open. We went to this place called Pins and something, and it's pretty cool. It's like a Dave and Buster's kind of like more upscale. They have like it's like bowling alleys, but instead of like long,
I know of that place. I know what you're talking about.
So like the pins on the string, and then you hit them. Then they have like pinball machines, arcade games, rooftop bar with a fire pit. Very cool 4-story bar. And Dougie, after all of the drinking he was doing, because he came in late.
Yeah.
Like we were me and my wife, we were there. Like around 1 o'clock. We started at New Riff, and we were, we met up, like Tina, and just started drinking bourbons, for a while. And Dougie comes in like a bad hell. Like, got up. He had a couple cocks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, congrats.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna rate them. So I'm not gonna tell you how they were.
Okay,
but I will tell you
pictures
this.
and everything.
Pictures and everything or whatever.
Okay.
So we're going to say that maybe next week or, in the coming weeks. But the cool thing was they had wrestling themed cocktails. So I myself tried the Hulk Hogan, and I also tried the Macho Man Randy Savage.
That one, I already like that one better.
And yes, just to give you, it's everything that you would think of. It was basically an old fashioned with a fucking Slim Jim just thrown in there.
Beautiful.
And I'll save the description on the Hulk Hogan because it really it gives away the entire drink. So, but yes, it was really cool place. Beer selection, honestly, me and Jason were talking value. Every cocktail was $12, and like beers, I think were what, like $8.50 for even tall guys, like 22 ounces.
Me and Dougie, Dougie sees this stout on the menu, and he's like, "Dude, we gotta do the stout. It's a coffee stout. All right, fucking let's do it." So I squeeze in the bar, and I'm ordering everyone's drinks, and I go, "Hey, let me get two of the masthead stouts." And she goes, "You want tall or short?" And I'm like, I didn't know that was an option for stouts. So I go, "Let me get talls."
Yeah.
He pours them in the big ass Pilsner glass. Dude.
Hell yeah. Just
like
Magnum stouts.
Yes. That's like it's legal. It's illegal to serve that much alcohol at 12%.
And Dougie immediately finds a hotel hot tub to jump in there.
Right.
So he finished his, but I got maybe like 2/3 of mine done. And as we're walking out, Dougie just slams mine as we're walking to the door. So he did about 30 ounces of 12.5% stout.
Yeah, on top of the cocks.
On top of everything.
I think one of the funniest moments though was like Jason had said, like him and Sarah had been out all day or whatever, and Sarah was so tired, and Sarah didn't realize what we were walking into because we were just on the bar level, but you could hear people bowling up on top, and she looks at me at one point, and she's so tired, she just goes, "It's so loud in here. It's like it's a fucking bowling alley." I'm like, "Actually, it is."
Nailed it.
Yeah. She's like, "It is?" I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, "The bar is named Pins."
Nope.
It was just such a funny moment.
Nope.
Jay, you okay? I think we're losing Jason. He
got an internet bit on us.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
You're all good.
Yeah, so that was a fun bar. Shout out Cincy for their lax alcohol rules. And I got some slides here we're gonna go through in a little bit from our week. But before we get into that, guys, I wanna just bring something up to with you. Friday or Saturday morning, we head out early, and that was the same weekend as daylight savings.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that they were gonna get rid of it, and we're just gonna be stick with we say we like the 9 p.m. sunsets in summer, at least I do.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's the people who argue well, I don't want to be my kids going to school in the dark, and I don't want to be sunlight at 7:30, 8 o'clock, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm driving, we're leaving early, and it's still after 7, it's still pitch black out. It's very weird. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm driving, and I'm thinking to myself, I kind of get their argument now, about it being dark in the morning. I'm they want that, why they want to push the clocks back. I'm like their standard time, whatever that people call it. Right. I'm like, I kind of get your argument, but then also I do want that 8:30, 9 p.m. sunset in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care as much about, driving to work when it's dark out or the sun rises at 8. I really hate it's 6 o'clock at night and it's pitch black already. I hate it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Miserable.
Yeah.
So I get both sides of the argument, but I think after this, the only solution that can happen is the earth needs to figure it out somehow. The earth just needs to go in some kind of gravitational rotation or something where we can get the best of both worlds. Because
I don't know
I can't do the late night, early nights, and I get the early morning or the dark mornings.
You know what the actual answer is if you want to get scientific about it? Just you got to move closer to the equator, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean,
living
make
in
that happen.
living in Illinois, in Chicago is gonna hurt that. I also like that it took until 40-something years old for you to wake up early in November to realize it's dark. It's dark in November. It's like,
Well, I don't think I've ever like been up that early the day before the clocks go back, and I'm like driving.
Okay.
So it's because like it's always the Saturday, they always do it on that Saturday. So
Yeah.
like I don't think I've ever been up that early driving, but I get the other people's argument, but I still like the dark summer. So the Earth needs to figure that shit. They need to get their shit together, figure it out.
it also might not matter. I don't know if you've been keeping up with that asteroid that everyone thinks is a UFO. It's gonna kill us all anyway. So that thing's gonna figure it out before we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're just gonna blame it on Skyline Chili and Malort. The end of the world.
End of the world. All right, before we get into the road trip here, Dougie, you had a very interesting conundrum.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you brought it up to it's a very interesting debate. So what happened?
Yeah. So me and Mary got to the airport, and when we got to the airport, as you're checking in, because we get paper ticket game. Shout out to everybody that still gets the paper tickets. We were checking in, and on the screen it popped up a specific question to me, and it said, "Would you be willing to rebook your flight to the next day for a 7 a.m. flight to Cincinnati for $750 a person?" So they're offering me $750 a person and a new flight the next morning. My question to you guys is, what's your price on that? Because, like, obviously you're at the airport, you've been dropped off, so you have to find your way back. That's one thing or whatever. But what would be the number that it would entice you enough to take it?
$750. It depends. It really depends on where you're going and like the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But when you said like that they offered that to you, I looked up the Google Maps, and like from O'Hare to Cincy was right at like 4 hours, 10 minutes. I'm like, take the money or take the money and try to figure out if they could like give you a rental, or otherwise you rent it yourself. And I'm driving. I'm going to make it there by 10 o'clock at night, and I get like basically my trip paid for.
Yeah.
If it was farther than Cincy, I would have not done it.
Yeah. My only conundrum was I was tired as shit. Okay. So we had the wedding the night before, and then on top of that or whatever, I had to get up early to be at work to get my hours in and everything like that. So I was blasted tired. So like I was telling you guys, I don't think driving would have been an option for me. And I don't trust Mary's driving enough to let her drive.
Oh, so, shit.
I'm just being honest. It like long distances,
open roads, like the easiest of driving.
I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable. Like, I'm just like on edge when somebody else is driving along.
I like driving most of the road trip. I'm usually the one driving. So I get that point of it. So what if they said 1,000 each?
I think that would have been the number or whatever. And then in talking with Tina, she told me you should never take anything less than like a 4-digit number from them, because they get fined for every person that they go over. They get fined $50,000, and the most legally that they can offer you to make sure that they don't get fined that $50,000 is 10 grand. 10 grand they can offer you, but that's as high as they can legally go to avoid getting fined another 50 grand.
So, all right. So, but at that point, you said you get there. Are you talking to a person, or are you like bartering with a screen, basically?
No, I mean, it's just a screen. It's like,
See, I need to talk to a person, because I think I could convince someone to give me more money. If you're on the phone call or like just via prompts on a screen, that's impossible. Even a phone call, I need face to face. If we're face to face, I think, Dougie, you're a people person like that. You can convince somebody to give you more cash.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I don't think I could have. I mean, it was just an option, yes or no, right there. But as I was telling, the rest of the group or whatever. Also, I let Jason cliffhang for about a good 20 minutes. I was like, what would you guys do? And then he's like, and then he sends me a text on the side. He's like, well, what'd you do? And I was just like, I just left them ghosted.
I was like, this motherfucker's not going to show up and drink with me. I'm going to be, he's taking the money over me. My friendship's only worth $750 to him.
I love that. I love that Jason's making this about himself. Like I got no buddies to drink with. You would have figured it out, Jay.
No, I was with, at that point we were, we didn't meet up everyone else for dinner yet, so I would have had fun. Pete and Wally were always a good time.
There you go.
Yeah. I was hoping Walter was going to make an appearance tonight, or this weekend, but he did not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was up until then, and plus at that point I was already about 5 hours into the alcohol, and I was on my feels.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just sent him a text to the beer, and I'm like, of course I'm coming. And that's my whole logic behind it is like, I look at, that money and everything like that. Yeah, it would have been sweet. But also, and I don't want to sound like I'm Mr. fucking Moneybags or anything like that. But like I've gotten to the point in my life where my time and my like shit that I do with my friends is so much more valuable than the money. Like I just couldn't even like I said, if it was $1,000, I'd probably think twice, like $2,000 right out of the gates. I would think twice about it, but like $750, I'm like, no, I'm like, my time is so much more valuable. Like the moment that, we don't have anything that's promised to us in life. Like we have no idea. We could be in Cincinnati and get hit by a fucking bus, but if we're going to get hit with a bus, I'm going to be there getting hit with the bus with them.
Yeah, the bus is called Skyline Chili and Malort. Is that bus?
But no, it's just I just gotten to that age to where like my time is so much more valuable.
No, I agree with you, especially when you have something planned and it's something like a Bears game. So you have to be there, by 11 o'clock at the latest. And like you got to wake up early, and then your Sunday's all shot. So I get all that.
Yeah. I'm thinking with you though, Peter. $1,000 would be my number.
Okay.
Yeah, $1,000 for think of it as like a day you didn't drive or you didn't work or something like that. Driving to Cincy for $2,000. I'll take that.
Unless it was like something like international.
If it was longer, that's what I'm saying.
If I'm going to like Cancun or Europe or something, no, I'm fucking going on vacation. I'm not losing a day.
Even like Vegas, and there's a ton of flights to Vegas, but like like I'm not driving to Vegas, so you got to think twice about it. Although I have driven to Vegas, that was
Have you?
Yeah, me and my buddy boy Rick, when he turned 21, we rented a car and just drove the country.
Damn, cool. How long did that take?
A full day.
Full day.
Yeah, like 18 hours, I think. And then we went from Vegas to Malibu, California for a while, and then drove back. We got a bunch of speeding tickets. That's a story for another day.
Oh, shit.
All right. Let's get into this road trip here real quick. This weekend shenanigans, because it was pretty cool. So after Dougie did get into town, like the first place we went to was this bar called Arnold's, which was recommended to us by our guys who were hosting the tailgate, Burke, and then also for Wally was the one who said this was recommended. We should go check this place out. Looked into it. This bar was from 1861. It's like the oldest bar in Cincy, and it's so old they don't even have TVs. So when we were booking it, it was like, how bad do you guys want to watch sports? Because there's no TVs in there. Yeah. And they have live music. It's pretty small. It's like it's in that old house, right? Mm-hmm. And we had 10 of us, so they didn't have enough room in their main floor, so they actually have like an upstairs, like the old living quarters, where they turned into like the restaurant. This place is 100% haunted. So I took some pictures.
Yeah.
This was room that was next to ours.
What in the hell? You guys went to drink at my abuelita's house.
This
This
thing
is crazy.
This thing is straight out of the Civil War era, man.
Yeah.
They even took the old bathroom and
Yeah.
put tables in there.
Yeah.
So you can see in the picture on the right, there's a tub and there's a sink. They turned the old bathroom into a dining room.
Yeah,
And
I was just gonna say they just decided to just leave the bathtub in there. It was amazing. I was like, man, I could eat some spaghetti and meatballs right out of that bitch.
Well, maybe if they're making moonshine, you can make it in that tub and, like, you just
Mm.
have people drink it. But, like, all right, are you going there just to go there to say it's like the oldest bar in Cincy, or is it like a cocktail bar or like a beer bar or like what is
It's
it?
known for their smash burgers.
Oh, so it's more of a restaurant than a bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
yeah, because they had like a cool bourbon selection and like some beers too, but like they're known for like some of their food.
I'm gonna
but
be
it-
honest. This looks like awful situation. I mean, the seating arrangements, like those chairs, none of those chairs look comfortable. I might pass on this one.
I will tell you, there's a few cocks that we took pictures of while we were there. The cocktails were really good. Food was top notch too.
Yeah.
Food was really good.
They sat the 10 of us in this room that was probably 7 feet long and like 4 feet deep, 4 feet wide.
Yeah.
We
We're
were
in a broom closet.
it was almost like
I mean, Mr. Hand was almost in basically the threshold of the door.
yeah. But I should have there was a picture taken of us, all of us at dinner. So it was like us, Tino, Mr. Hand, Wally, and then obviously, the Burks, Burks and them. It was
Shout out Big Meech.
Yeah, and Meech. So it was, but 10 of us in this small little like dining room area. Like I said, it's probably like 7x4. It was pretty cool experience in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, and then the stairway going up and down was made for like a small person. It was funny.
You know what's the worst thing about this, or the scariest thing about this is I just imagine you said staircase, and I'm looking at the floors like they got to be the creakiest floors known to man. I'm just gonna be blaming farts on people.
100%. Anywhere you walked, it was just like, it's worse than my throat right now.
Yeah, really cool spot though. Arnold's in Cincy, if you want to check out a cool little spot. But then, as we mentioned, we tried to go watch, the World Series, and we ended up watching it at that Pin's place. But then, the next morning when we started tailgating, this is when the fun happened. Like Bears fans were taken over. I would say it's probably a good 40-50% Bears fans at the game. But yeah, we had the Pope
uneven split at the game. That I told you guys pre-show that Loveland touchdown when they showed the video from the crowd, it sounded like it was a home game, but on TV, because everyone's wearing orange, I couldn't really tell how many people are Bengals fans and how many people are Bears fans. So you're saying 50-50 in stadium?
I'll say 40-50% were Bears fans.
I like that.
There was a lot of fans there, especially at the tailgating. I tweeted out that picture when we were driving down there of the RV that was decked out.
Yeah.
So they were our whole hotel was packed with Bears fans. So
yeah, what I will tell you is by the time that Loveland touchdown happened, most of the Cincinnati fans had left already.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I mean, literally, like in front of us, there was probably about half of what should have been there. Like, at the start of the game, like people just were like leaving, and then they scored the touchdown, and then they fucking get the onside kick, and yeah, I mean, it was a lot of wild stuff. But
so JT says Lot B could use some overpass action. I'm a big overpass tailgating guy now.
100%.
That was the best experience. It was raining Sunday morning, and just being under the overpass and being dry the entire time and not being wet and fucking cold.
Okay.
Amazing. Even though they allow tents in the parking lots, but what was even cool about this parking lot was that you just drive and park wherever the fuck you want.
Yep.
There's no attendance. There's no guys flagging you down, saying park here, and slamming you in nuts to butts to tailgate like they do in the Waldron lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this what you can see, like the Bears guy that was right next to the cars. Like there was a lot of just space to walk around and you know, mingle and stuff. So big overpass in Cincy parking lot fan.
Now, I will say it all sounds great and you're painting a great picture. I'm looking at the images. Cincy infrastructure looks like they got their shit together. You know, Chicago overpasses don't look like that. You'd be getting pissed rain and all kinds of things dripping on you in Chicago. So that's the one thing I'm worried about, that like if we did have this in Lot B, we'd be getting the stanchions that are rusting out, and it's they're getting held up by like duct tape.
Yeah, 100% we'd had hobo juice dripping on us. 100%.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but the Pope was in character. He was all that. Thank you, guys. You know, so he was doing the Ditka. But yeah, the inflatable. It was really cool. Set like spot just to set up. And then they also had tailgates or puppies at the tailgate. This is Archie and Joe Furrow.
Yeah.
Joe Furrow. Joe Furrow is a good name. That's a good name.
That's an elite dog name right there. But we had dogs at the tailgate. These guys were awesome. They were actually barking at the bear every time he walked by. They were ready to go. They were ready to go ape. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that thing?
But yeah, they have their own Instagram profile.
They do.
Wait, are these famous dogs?
They got their own Instagram profile. They actually had their own signature cocktails at the tailgate too.
Yeah.
Jungle juice and a apple teeny apple, kind of like apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might have to do a dog day tailgate with all of our pups now. You know, now that I got the chili dog, maybe we do a dog day tailgate and have our own, you know, doggy drinks.
Yeah.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah. So shout out to the Matt and Katie. They like a great like spread here.
Looked awesome.
Yeah. And they even brought gumbo. I've never seen gumbo at a tailgate before, but this gumbo was legit. Apparently there's you can get some really good gumbo in spots in Cincy. But yeah, I think we need to figure out a way next season to bring some gumbo to a tailgate.
I'd be down. Let's just not like choose like July or something, you know.
Yeah, it's got to be like opening day, you know, those cold games, you know, home opener. And then we would have to bring, again, I'm going to mention like my grandma, but like we got to bring a gigantic pot like the ones that they make tamales in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. And then this was, we had a nice little group photo of all of us puppers and everything.
That's a good crowd. That's a good crowd.
Yeah, good mix of Bears and Cincy fans. That was the happy times.
Hell yeah.
Because then we got a picture with the Pope too. But then this is when the happy times ended, and Tina and Burke got on their bullshit. Skyline Chili and Malort, and this is where it all went downhill.
Yeah. Well, it started going downhill in the group chat days beforehand. I don't know how it came into my brain, but it came into my brain that we should do the Cincinnati handshake, and Tina immediately said yes, and then immediately everybody started texting throw up emojis. Yeah, so we just started getting this damn thing going, and I was really surprised because Berkey was like, I'm in, and then Tina was like, I'm in, and I was like, it's me too, and I'm like, all right, I'm like, I'm gonna have 3 people do it, but then we ended up having a whole group that like was like, yeah, we're fucking doing this. Everybody regretted it.
So let's in case you haven't seen the video, let's play it one more time.
All right, we're out here for the big tailgate. Cincinnati versus the Bears. Bengals, Bears, baby. We're going to do ourselves a little Cincinnati handshake. We got a little Malort, little Skyline Chili, all in one cup. Can't go wrong. Let's go, baby. Cheers. Let's go. Cheers. Oh, it's chunky.
Very chunky.
It's not not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
It actually made the chili taste better.
Let's go, baby.
It made the chili taste better.
Look at that. Let's go, baby. Bear down. Bear down.
All right, now I'm gonna time out. Before I have a bunch of questions for Dougie, but I got one question for Jason, and I'm glad I'm glad we documented it because we're gonna talk about how we went gangbusters. But Jason, was you filming it part of the plan for you not to try it, or was there ever a chance you were gonna have it too?
Okay, two parts to that question. Number one, I drank so much the night before that if I had Malort, it was gonna go horrible really quick. So I did 0 shots at the tailgate, and that was it. I can handle Malort, right? I just didn't want to, go down that rabbit hole just yet. It was a marathon of drinking day. Me and Dougie did a fucking 13-hour bender on Sunday. And after all the drinking before, I was like, no. Second part to that was we were doing this video. We kind of half expected it to go viral. Like, we need good camera work, and I didn't want to put that in the trust of anyone else. Because if I fucked it up, then it's on me. But if someone else did, then I feel really fucking bad about it. To chase a little clout and have a bad video. I wanted to have a good, and we had good zoom in action, zoom out action.
Yeah, audio was on point. Everything
It was
turned out.
It was senior Spielbergo-ish.
Yeah.
I love your spin zone is like, I didn't want to do the Malort shot, but we had great cinematography. Yeah, that's a good spin zone. I like a good spin zone, and that's one I could appreciate.
Even Dougie gave me a shout out later
Yes,
on the
yes.
camera work.
This was literally probably one of the only times to where we had like a little 5-minute discussion beforehand. And Jason's like, all right, I think I'm going to do this and then do that. And then
Man, you guys did plan this out. Fuck yeah. I'm proud of both of you then.
Yeah. Like had the wherewithal to, I missed all the drinking and everything like that. And Jason nailed it. He did. It was cinema.
Yes.
Cinnamon.
Now, Dougie, you said it was chunky, and I've never had Skyline chili, but from everything I read, it's like you either love it or you hate it. There's like cinnamon and nutmeg to it, so it's like a weird sweetness to it. Better or worse than the cicada Malort shot?
Cicada Malort was better, 100%. Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I said they had a bowl set up, like a pot where Tina was like scooping the chili from. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna take a little. It's fucking horrible, dude. Like, if I did a shot of that, I would have probably fucking gagged and made the video even worse. I'd rather eat canned Hormel chili than Skyline chili.
Damn. I don't have a frame of reference. It's something I would try, especially like on a hot dog or whatever else. Spaghetti. Don't they do it with like spaghetti and stuff or like noodles?
Yeah.
I would like to try
6-7
it.
ways.
Yeah, I would like to try it, but it looked awful, and especially with Malort. So credit to you, Dougie.
Yeah, it's also not a style chili I like either. It's more like a soup chili than it is like a chunky chili. I like my chili to be like, like hearty.
Thick,
this is more
thick with 3 C's.
Thick. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, literally the worst part of it, and I was telling everybody that was bringing it up to me, was just think of like you're slamming a Malort, but it's not exactly the Malort taste. But then as you're doing that, there's little chunks of ground beef that are hitting your tongue.
Yeah, that sounds great, actually.
It is terrible. But I mean, all intents and purposes, I think the Malort may have made that chili taste better. It was a thing, man. It needed to be done. We did it for the greater good. And, like I said, I think I heard a couple people in the stands talking about it, and they were saying that the entire NFC North, like the algorithm is just it's out there now. It's totally flipped. Bears are winning. Packers are losing to some of the worst teams in the league. And,
at home.
At home. And same thing with Detroit losing to McCarthy.
So I will say, credit to the cinematography, credit to the people on screen. We got to credit Tina, right? Tina's now been the mastermind behind the cicada one and this and every one she does. She really is the, I don't know if I want to say puppet master or I don't know what it is, but
it's just the magic juice in them videos. That's it for sure. And that magic juice is Malort.
in the long run, you got shouted out. You got shouted out for having an iron stomach. I think you have to change your bio now. I went and I checked your Twitter bio, Dougie, and you have like Blackhawks season ticket holder and waiting for Bears season ticket holder. I think you have to quote Big Cat and say like, man with the iron stomach or something like that. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play the video. You got shouted out by the Part of My Take boys.
I have to give one last shout out to Shy Sports Bums on Twitter. Probably the most disgusting thing I've seen in quite some time. Bears fans, they did a Cincinnati-Chicago handshake where it was a shot of Malort mixed with Skyline chili.
Yeah.
You are a hero, my friend, because I almost puked watching this video.
Yeah.
So
when did they do
credit
that?
to you, man. You got a stomach that is stronger than any man alive.
Because somebody tweeted
before the game.
Somebody tweeted that at me at like 10:30 this morning. Not the video, but the idea of mixing Skyline and Malort. And I thought about it. And as a man who has grown to love both Malort and Skyline, I think this plays.
Yeah, I mean, you basically are saying I'm stronger than every person alive because this is what I'm attempting to do. That to me, combining Malort and Skyline chili is more impressive than like jumping out of an airplane or what Alex Honnold does, free soloing.
Yeah,
that's way more impressive.
I would do it. I would. I think that the fat from the Skyline would cut the gasoline flavor from the Malort just a little bit.
Oh,
the cinnamon and wormwood. I think that could work together nicely.
Oh, but yeah.
The moment that I knew Big Cat wasn't lying about like it being the most disgusting thing ever is you got to look at his eyebrows. He's talking about it, and his eyebrows are telling his story of, I watched this. I'm not sure if I could watch it ever again, but that's that.
It's like a snuff film, one and done for you.
Right.
Yeah. So next Bears road trip, we'll have to figure out another Malort infusion.
I mean, yeah. Tina's already working the brand. She's working on a. She probably has like a. It's almost like Dana White's like fight. He has like every fight for the UFC charted on a wall for like the entire year. She probably has Malort concoctions for every team in the NBA, like NBA, NHL, NFL. She's ready.
Yeah, you go play like the Patriots, and you could do like a Malort and chowder or something, you know?
Yeah, clam chowder. That actually doesn't sound bad either.
Yeah.
But going back to the game here, Bears fans were taking over. As I said, they traveled, and there's a lot of orange, but that's a lot of Bears fans in that sea of orange.
Is that the real Bear Man? That looks like a fake Bear Man.
No, that's him.
Dude.
No, he doesn't have that. That hat looks different to me.
No, that was him, dude. That was him. He was talking up with Tina and everything like that. That was the best part of my day before the game. He literally had his own spot on the concourse just taking pictures with Bear fans. That's how you knew we were taking over a stadium, when people are lining up like goddamn Santa Claus to take pictures with this dude.
Yeah. This was our view. So pretty nice. 300 level. About 35-yard line-ish.
Yeah.
One of the most interesting things about this game was we had some Cincy season ticket holders in front of us. Now, if you remember a couple months ago, I'll put the picture up here. If you remember a couple months ago, I mentioned that Fireball had the contest of, if you were over the age of 80, you could win a lifetime supply of Fireball, because apparently seniors love Fireball. These are living proof that seniors drink Fireball, because they snuck in about 30 different shooters of Fireball and were ripping shots with Dougie all game.
Yeah.
How do you even sneak in 30? Because like, the NFL's got the clear bag rule, and then it's like you can't bring in anything like or these. Yeah, these were all smuggled in their crotches.
Maybe.
She had like they had like the hidden pouches.
Yeah, they seriously.
Fake
I'm
belly
not
full of Fireball.
Dude, I'm not even joking. The one lady in the dark coat, she had special pockets sewn into her coat.
Hell
that like was carrying these things. Oh my god, dude, it was amazing. But yeah, I saw him do the first one right off the tailgate or right off the kickoff or whatever when they ran one back, and they only do it for touchdowns. And dude, I look at them and I'm like, I saw what you guys were doing. I want in next time. And they're like,
wait, hold on. So you're celebrating the success of the Bengals? Am I blaming this comeback on you? Forget Joe Flacco throwing 5,000 yards. You're taking Fireball and they're coming back and you're celebrating?
So it was that did come up. That did come up because when they went to go mount the comeback, like they had ripped through all of their fireballs or whatever, and they scored that touchdown right before the onside kick. And the one lady goes, "I still got a half." She goes, "I found a half," and I'm like, "I'm taking it." And I ripped that thing or whatever, and at that moment, I leaned over to Jason. I'm like, this game's kind of turning a little bit, dude. I'm like, did I just make a mistake? And he goes, "No, I think we're good." And then they get the onside kick, and I'm like, I look at him, and he goes, "Fuck."
That's where, you know what? That's where me and my superstitions would have come in play, because I hate that kind of juju. I would have put a stop to these shenanigans right away. They scored 42 points. You were how many shots did you take?
A lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
Fuck.
Yeah.
A lot of shots and also a lot of garage beers.
Yeah, so they got garage beer in the stadium. Obviously, you're not sneaking those in.
No.
They have actually where we went up. They have a garage beer cave, which is just kind of like a place where you can go drink.
Also, shout out to Paycor Park, whatever how you ever say it. 20-ounce drafts, $12.50.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, so we all went to Indianapolis, and we all left unimpressed by Colts Stadium. We complained about their access to 300 level. We complained about a couple of different things. Paycor, better or worse than Indy?
Better.
Yeah.
Better.
I would say Indy is nicer because it's newer, but getting in super easy. And to get to the 300 level, instead of walking through a maze of fucking ramps and getting to dead ends, they actually have a giant escalator you can just take right from the entrance.
Yeah. Well,
it's like
Milwaukee.
It's like stairway to heaven. Yeah. It's like stairway to heaven. It's the biggest escalator you've ever seen in your life.
Don't tell Greg Braggs that, because that could be a problem too.
Yeah, dude. It was just an escalator where you hurt your neck to see where the top of it is.
Wow.
Yeah. Bathroom situation was great. I got a little nervous at first because right behind our section there was only one bathroom, and the line was fucking insane out the door. Right, it was wrapped around. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna miss the whole third quarter. But it was moving. It was moving. You walk in, and on each end of the wall, it's all stalls, and then there's a wall in the middle. And it's just urinals all around this wall.
Yeah.
There's probably a good between stalls and urinals, 70 options.
100%.
Like that. What's the spacing though? Spacing's important. Are you
Spacing's
elbow to elbow?
You got dividers.
Okay. Oh, dividers.
Yeah, it's fancy.
Yes.
Damn.
Pea shy motherfuckers.
Yeah. The line took the pisser line took no longer than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No matter when. Halftime, end of the quarter, 15, 20 minutes tops. It was nice.
Yeah, shout out to the bathroom situation. But I also want to go back to this photo real quick. This photo was taken at the very end of the game, and you can see the fans that were left. That was a lot of Cincy fans already left that was pretty much all the Bears fans that were still hanging around.
Yep. Yeah, and then right after that, I decided to tumble down a fucking whole row. I'm coming back to the seats, and credit to them, they have cup holders. And so I'm coming back up the cup holders, and there was a not so friendly person, lady that was like letting me in, but not letting me in, giving me that like half stand up bullshit where like her knees are out. And so I go and I hit the cup holder and then bounce off of her and right into the next row.
Damn.
But I recovered. I caught myself, popped right back up. It was a good time.
A few shots of fireball and our boys falling in the row ahead.
See, that's why you guys don't think about it. You and Joey P are adamant that you need cup holders at the United Center. You guys are going to be so pissed drunk, you're going to be tripping all over them.
Probably, but then I could sue them for the cup holders. It's all up here, baby. I'm trying to get my next dollar, baby.
Yeah,
it's all part of the thing.
And then like that last photo was all of us after the game, post tailgating. Those were the survivors, so we all made it. Good times.
Yeah,
good times in the road trip, and then me and Dougie and the rest, we decided to go on another Sunday fun day for another 7 hours.
Dude, one of the funniest things was, so like we knew like getting out of there we wouldn't be able to get an Uber, and it's only about a 9-block walk, so little under a mile, and it was one of the best things ever, man. I mean, we're walking back, we just had a win. Jason's walking back with a cooler. We have walking beers. We have walking beers for the way back. I told Jason, I'm like, there's something in the tire of this cooler. And he's like, where? And I stop and I grab another beer and fucking crack that bitch open. It was so much. Think about, like, you remember how depressed we were coming out of Indy? Like we just
unfortunately.
We saw a shit game and everything like that. It was just like the vibes were just through the roof.
Now, Dougie, question for you though.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any doubt about this game?
Never a fucking doubt. Never a doubt. Jason probably heard me say that 750 times throughout the rest of the night. Never a doubt.
Bullshit. Everyone had doubts.
But we're going to get to that. I will tell you this, and I can contest it. Jason will contest to this. Bears fans around us, everybody was down as shit after they blow the lead or whatever. I was in the stands hyping everybody up. I went over by Tina and I was like this. I'm like, hey, put your fucking chin up. I said, there's time on the clock. I'm like, we still have fucking time to do this. Put your chin up. And then I'm like, Jason, I'm like, stand up. He's like, he goes, I don't want to be rude to the people behind me. I'm like, fuck that guy. I'm like, we're here. We're doing this damn thing. And the guy behind me was like, we might. I'm like, no. I'm like, you put your head up too. I'm like, we're going to do this. And then when we did it, everybody was like, you called it. You called it. And we went fucking crazy. It was awesome.
Good stuff. All right. Before we get to some Bears talk here, we got to do a quick ad from our sponsor. Green Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook is your one-stop shop for all your liquor needs. Since their remodel, they have increased their bourbon allocation, they have an expanding portfolio of popular additive-free tequilas and mezcals, and for you beer lovers, a great craft beer selection, plus some rare and vintage stouts. And before you leave, stop by their tasting bar and try some of our exclusive Bourbon Bum single-barrel picks before you take one home. That's Green Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive, conveniently located right off of Route 53 and I-55 in Bolingbrook. Tell them the Bum sent you. Before we get to the Bears talk, just a quick note. We are partnering up with a whole bunch of White Sox Twitter peoples, and we're doing a food drive that, the all sports scenes, the asses, came up with. And, I mean, you can see, we got some heavy hitters in there. 108, CHGO, Sox on 35th, Sox Machine, and all the rest. The Penguins, Fitz, Herb Lawrence, Southside Sox. Good, just great people, and help people who are in need right now. It's SNAP benefits running out. So you donate, dollar equals 3 meals. We've reached, I think we're over 17,000 right now in a short period of time. So keep on donating. Let's get that number over 20 grand. What? I'm sorry. Was my wording not to your liking?
But
Yeah,
yes,
keep going. You're doing good.
No,
This
I'm
is important.
No, I said the Penguins.
This is, the main part is that this is, I mean, obviously, we've always talked about White Sox Twitter and the White Sox community being an actual community, better than any other Chicago sports community out there. And now, credit to everyone proving it. The fact that it's at 17,000 in a few days, we still have the entire month of November to keep raising. I think a couple days ago I checked, or I saw a tweet. This is like the 5th biggest Greater Chicago Food Depository drive of all time already, and we still got a month to go. So let's keep breaking records. Let's keep reaching our goals. I know everyone's doing their part, promoting it and sharing. And there's been some heavy hitters that have actually donated, including like the Tomey family, the Guillen family, the White Sox themselves. But yeah, let's just keep going because it really is important. And especially now where we're in the beginning part of November and a lot of people are losing SNAP benefits. So it's going to be good to just keep hammering this along, and then we'll keep promoting it for the rest of the month.
Yeah, over 51,000 meals have been donated because of this, which is amazing. I also had a nice conversation with Sam and Stoop Kid about this over the weekend at the wedding, and Stoop went out of his way to tell me that he wasn't around for this conversation and that he had really nothing to do with it besides putting his name on it. And I said, that's probably for the better, because if it was like something that Stoop Kid started, it'd probably have like 3 meals or some shit. Like no
$2.
Yeah, right. $1.50. Like,
Yeah. All right, let's get a little Bears talk here because me and Dougie were on site, but so we didn't get the good X's and O's. But we did have eyeballs. So I do want to start with Caleb's play here because he did have 3 touchdowns, 280 yards, but he was 20 for 34 on that, and he did have the receiving touchdown as well. So caught a couple passes. Ben Johnson went into his bag of tricks, a lot of trick plays this game, more so than we've seen in the past. But I want to get you guys' reaction because the one thing I noticed that the Bengals defense was terrible, and when he was doing those throws, they were going for chunks, right? Far too many times though he was scrambling out of that pocket, and Hendrickson, he's a good defensive end, right? But you saw how he hit Loveland, stayed in the pocket, drove that ball through into 3 defenders. But Peter, you were watching this game more so, than me and Dougie were between slamming shots, bathrooms, all that stuff. Do you think that he scrambled much more than usual in this game?
Yes and no. I think he's still looking downfield, but I think it was definitely a coaching point that when you have time to just run it. And he was definitely looking to run more than sometimes he's scrambling, still looking to throw. And then it's either a sack or he tosses it, or like we complained last week, it was, 2 intentional grounding penalties.
Right.
I got to give credit to the offensive line because they've been awesome since the bye on run blocking. It's still not a finished product on pass blocking. And as much as we like to give credit to Theo Benedict to winning that starting left tackle job and beating Braxton Jones, he's run blocking the shit out of people. He is literal turnstile when it comes to pass blocking. He was getting beat the fuck up all day yesterday. So the left side of the line was a problem yesterday, and Caleb knew that. And I think that has a lot to do with it. I still think overall, obviously, when you put up almost 600 yards, both running and passing, it was a great day for the offense. We knew that going in because of how bad the Bengals defense is. So we got to put like an asterisk on that. The Bengals defense is brutal. But either way, Caleb Williams, I think this was another. I think if I'm just in a pinch, good game, bad game, good game. This was a good game. I know people are still like talking about the happy feet, and that's something that's just gonna come He's either going to figure it out or not, and I still think that can come. You saw that throw to Loveland to end. That's an elite throw. That is an anticipation throw. That's a throw you can't really coach. You've seen Justin Fields and Mitch Trubisky. Those are the throws they can't make. And Caleb Williams as a number 1 overall draft pick, those are the throws we expect to make. Maybe we expect him to make them more often than not, but that's where Ben Johnson's going to get to him. And I think overall, I still like. I mean, I thought it was a good game from Caleb.
Yeah. JT it is a good thing. Like, good point. He was doing a lot of scrambling behind the line of scrimmage instead of running for positive. And that's the one thing I noticed is that, like, he kept on, like, when he was scrambling, he was going around the edge a lot and trying to hit that, out of bounds throw, like, yard marker, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. My brain's fuzzy right now. And I think he was trying to do too much of those kind of throws as opposed to just running forward or, doing a check down.
Yeah. And that's the kind of thing that we're like, he's played now a season and a half, give or take. And that's the kind of stuff that he's going to figure out, I don't want to keep comparing him to a Josh Allen or a Lamar Jackson, but when you're scrambling like that, the comparisons are going to be made. Lamar Jackson, that's where he struggled with in the beginning, where people were like, oh, he's just he's basically a running back or whatever. He would not look to throw and just start running, where Caleb is the opposite. He's looking to throw. He should probably be running earlier to just gain those chunk yardage or run out of bounds and, just keep the chains moving. That's going to come with time.
Yeah, obviously, that's just a big. It's going to be one of those internal clocks that you got to start building. It's got to come naturally. But yeah, I mean, that was very noticeable yesterday. Me and Jason were just up there yelling, "Just run!" Like you can see, and obviously, different view from where we're at to what he's seeing. He's seeing this, we're seeing this. But yeah, I mean, you can noticeably see that, like. He does want to be a throw first quarterback, not a run first quarterback, and just switch it up a little bit. I think once he starts getting that, like 1, 2, 3, fuck it, I gotta go in his system, I think it'll show a lot more.
Yeah, no, I think it was a good game. I just think the scrambling, and yeah, 47 points. That's really good. But, we have to be like, like a judge on a cooking competition, right? You got to nitpick the good dishes still, So,
yeah, it's not a finished product. And I think I sound like a broken record saying that we knew it was going to take time with the offensive line, with Ben Johnson, with Caleb Williams on his 3rd offensive coordinator in less than 2 years. This is all going to take time. So I know people expect like instant success, and I think them being a winning record, that's about as good as it could get right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking I was just going to say real quick, we were talking about it in the parking lot before the game. This Bears team, if they didn't put up a minimum 30-35 points yesterday, I think we would have all been talking like, win or not, we would have been like, hey, you put up that against this, like this needed to be a 47-point game for Caleb, otherwise, I mean, I'm sure if you listen to talk radio today anyway, they're still probably nitpicking the shit out of them, but they needed a big offensive showing, and that's what we got. So I'm happy, I'm satisfied, but I'm not like over the moon yet, because this was a shit team that we just beat.
Yeah. But the run game took off. DeAndre Swift wasn't playing. Kyle Monangai, got the start. 26 carry, 176 yards, no touchdowns. Britton Brown took one from him. But really, really good seeing what the rookie can do. 6.8 yards per carry, and this is what we wanted to see, like the Sonic and Knuckles, right? Mm-hmm. And now I think he took the next step. I think he's finally figured it out on the NFL level as a rookie. And, I think with DeAndre Swift, doesn't sound like it's a long-term thing, but, I think we might see more of a 40-60 split, going forward. I think Mononga is going to get a lot more carries for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'd totally be okay with running back by committee and let him be like the lead dog in that committee. I think this game really kind of showed it. I know I was saying last week that Swift kind of looked like he was playing hurt, like he just didn't seem right that last game. Come to find out, I guess he is a little bit banged up. If he's not 100% or obviously at this point in the season and stuff like that, no guys are really 100%. But get him as healthy as you can, especially you got another game coming up, against the Giants this week where, they're not no juggernaut either, so get you guys healthy. If he's not capable of going this week, that you got a guy that's going to hit a hole and tear it up. So
Mononga looked great. Mononga looked like, he looked awesome. Again, asterisk, it's the Bengals. And and DeAndre Swift has looked just as good since the bye. I think this offensive line just could fucking throw people. Literally, Darnell Wright is throwing people out of the club.
That was the block of the year right there, dude.
So, don't get me wrong. I don't want to take anything away from Kyle Mononga, but you saw what happened with Britton Brown. He like his one carry took it to the house. I think anybody right now, the way this offensive line is run blocking, can have a good game. And that's a good thing, right? Like we were complaining about running back and depth, and you got to trade for a running back. Ben Johnson addressed the line, at least the run blocking after the bye. And it looks like anybody can run behind this team because they literally are throwing people out of the club. So that's awesome. And that's a good thing. I don't know if, 70, 30, 60, 40. I think Ben Johnson, and he's shown this already, definitely in its time with the Lions, but now with the Bears too. He's going to call, if you have to run the ball 40 times to win a game, that's fine. There's going to be games you're going to have to throw it 40 times to win a game. And I think Ben Johnson's comfortable doing both of those things. I do think the way this team's running, that's going to help Caleb Williams, going to help the play action, the bootlegs, different things like that. So those are all good things. But yeah, I loved Kamanunga's game. Don't get me wrong, but credit has to go to the run blocking because since week 3, they're the third best rushing team in the NFL, and that's behind Swift, Mononga, or anybody else. That offensive line is pushing people around.
Yeah. Even DJ Moore got a rushing touchdown because, Zach Taylor, he pulled a John Fox. Yesterday.
All-time dummy challenge. I think people were defending it like you have to challenge in that situation. And me watching from home, that was never going to get overturned, Zach Taylor. It was either going to be out at the 1 or a touchdown. So whoever is talking to Zach Taylor in his comms or him himself, that was an all-time dummy challenge. And I said it's good to be on the other side of those things too. For the longest time, we were the dummies challenging that and losing those challenges. So it's while the end of the game sucked and we could talk about your guys' nerves at the stadium and me watching from home, all of that stuff is like classic Bears, but they're finding a ways to be not classic Bears, whether it's, being on the other end of that challenge or ending up winning that game when they had no right. They had no right losing that game. They also had no right winning that game.
Right. Yeah. You had us rolling with your tweet of the boxer punching himself. That was perfect use. No notes. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. So the defense, though, obviously big issue. We had a lot of injuries in that defense. We lost Dio. He's out for the season now with a torn Achilles. But again, not having Kyler Gordon playing and just it doesn't help. We let Joe Flacco throw nearly 500 yards out of yesterday. 41-year-old Joe fucking Flacco, threw for almost 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. Right? I mean, that's unacceptable. They got to get more pressure on him. He's not scrambling. He's not a scrambling quarterback. He's a statue back there, and you're letting him have all this time and letting T. Higgins have just a monster game. Yesterday. But trade deadline's coming tomorrow. Are we making moves for a defensive lineman for a cornerback? You know, we saw the Ravens. You know, they traded Jar Alexander. You know, for a 6th round pick. Like, what is Poles doing? Like, you don't do anything with those late round draft picks, anyways. Give a 5th or 6th round pick. Get some cornerback depth. That could have been an easy move that Poles could have made over the weekend. Now we got the guy from Jacksonville, CJ. But
that was instant impact. So
yeah, and
again,
it was.
He has a history in Dennis Allen's system, and they addressed it, and that's the kind of thing I've been asking for the last 2 weeks. I said defensive line is going to be harder to trade for. You see what teams are giving up to get impact defensive linemen, but I think cornerbacks, safeties, those are things you could address. You got less than 24 hours to do it. It's not going to cut it, man. The people playing cornerbacks and safeties right now are 3rd, 4th, 5th string guys, and it's noticeable. Jason, you mentioned Joe Flacco. The reality is that T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are going to do that against anybody. And the fact that they are against 4th stringers and 5th stringers, it's going to be tough. It's something that I talked about it last week. I'll talk about it again. When you're not creating turnovers, this defense is going to be a lot more bend than break. And sometimes they're going to break because they just don't have the pressure and or the depth in the back end to do it. Austin Booker looked good. I mean, Montez Sweat, for all the shit we've been giving him, he's had 3 sacks in 3 games. He looked he's looked a little bit better. You still need more. I think Austin Booker can give you that. So that's good. But yeah, man, this defense, you're gonna have to win a lot more games the way they won against Cincy than they were winning in the beginning of the season. I think the offense is gonna have to step up now. And the next thing, or if you want to talk about it, we've talked about them winning all kinds of ways, right? That like there was a game they won, like they've won defensively. They won with Jake Moody, but now the special teams let them down big time. I mean. I had the tweet out there. Not forget about Cairo Santos and Moody because that's an easy talking point. Their kickoff coverage is so atrocious that I just don't understand what Richard Hightower is doing. Has he not figured out the new kickoff rules? Do they just not know how to address that? Or it's not a lack of talent. You guys got decent guys out there, but it's just like they're getting let down all over the place. Kickoff coverage, kicking. I mean, we like to talk about punk god Tory Taylor, but he hasn't been as advertised. At this point, I'm starting to think maybe it's not Tory Taylor, it's Richard Hightower. So it's that. It's not being able to field onside kick. I mean, it's like mounting how bad the special teams is.
I mean, we saw they give up the kickoff return touchdown. Even their next drive, it almost looked like they were going to run it back to back.
They're bad. No, this has
terrible.
been a thing. This has been a thing the entire season, and it just shame on us for not realizing it earlier. Their kickoff and punt coverage is terrible, and it ranks like so. I think they're bottom 3 in both.
Yeah, and losing an onside kick. You know, I don't think. What was I obviously I don't have the stats in front of me, and maybe I can AI it. But prior to yesterday, what was the last onside kick recovered NFL since they changed the rules? Because now you have to declare it, which is bullshit in my opinion, because that just takes away from all the strategy, of the game. So having to sometimes when an onside kick's coming, but
that was a clear cut. You knew that was coming.
Was coming.
Yeah.
It's not only, it's both. It's both. You have to declare it, and you can't overload one side anymore. Remember, they used to have overload that side. You can't do that anymore either. I think there was an onside kick recovered this year. I can't remember where, but I've watched enough football that I think that was the case. But it's just it's inexcusable. It's inexcusable what is happening with the special teams. And I know Richard Hightower was a holdover. This must have been a Ryan Poles decision. Hopefully, I mean, you're gonna have to live with it for the rest of the year, but. I'd be looking for him to get fired. Yeah, you can't. I mean, the way this team, they're still a winning team. I don't think they're going to be firing any coaches in mid-season, but definitely end of season. I think Ben Johnson's going to have his way and figure out how to fix this special teams.
Yeah. So we'll see how long he lasts, but trade deadline is going to be interesting tomorrow. there are I guess rumblings. Bears might make some moves. But I think if they make a move for a running back, I think they're gonna have a lot of pissed off Bears fans. It needs to be line and secondary. That's what you got to shore up. We're way too thin. Injuries. We're getting exposed, and we're going into a brutal part of our schedule. Coming up.
Right.
We got the Giants next week. Right, but
Giants, Vikings, Steelers. Those games, and I know Julie's watching, but all those they're equal. I'm not saying the Bears are better than them. They should be better than them, but they're at least equal with the Vikings and the Steelers. They should beat the Giants. But those are 3 winnable games that I'm hoping they go at least 2 out of 3 win. Hopefully they win all 3. But then after that, it really starts getting hairy. So you got to keep stacking those wins. And I'm not saying they're a playoff team because the NFC is brutal right now. And not even the NFC North, but just the NFC in general. To make it to the playoffs this year, you're probably going to have to win 10, if not 11 games, depending on how your division schedule ends up. So I'm not saying they're a playoff team, but if you want to at least, be in the hunt and make some noise in December when we haven't for the longest time, you got to win these next 3 games.
Yep. Yeah, because then you got Philly, Green Bay, Cleveland, Green Bay, San Fran, Detroit to end the season. That's a tough, 6 games to close out the season. So you gotta win a couple of these next 2, the 2 of 3.
Because if you win all 3, and this is just pie in the sky, because they're squeaking out wins when they should be losses and vice versa. But just big picture, pie in the sky, glass half full thing. You win all 3 of these next games, then you just go 500 the rest of the season, and you're golden. If you don't, then you're gonna have to figure out and beat some teams that you probably have no business beating.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that wraps up our Bears talk. Fun being at the game. It's great fucking time in Cincy. Definitely would go back.
It's just a great time to be a Bears fan.
That is too. I think the best part was after the win, all the Bears fans were walking down the ramp, and the chant was, "Who dey da Bears? Who da Bears?
I like that.
Bears."
Yeah, it was so good.
Went on for a good solid 10 minutes of "Who dey da Bears."
Yeah.
That's what we need, more of those type of chants, because I've been to enough Bears. We've all been to enough Bears games at Soldier Field. And while it is true that Green Bay sucks, I hate that tunnel is just the Green Bay sucks tunnel when they have no, it could be a Bears Giants game. And it just gets Green Bay sucks.
There was Green Bay.
I know, but it's like, dude, we got to beat them a couple of times. And I know Caleb Williams is 1-0 in Lambeau, but we got to beat them a couple more times before you just start willy-nillying the Green Bay sucks thing.
Yeah. Who dey da Bears?
I like that.
All right, before we wrap up Bears talk, Dougie, any doubts?
Never a fucking doubt. Never a doubt.
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's play a quick ad.
ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com is the home for all Chicago sports bums merch. We have Bears, Hawks, Sox, and Bums merch available. Anything you need to get ready for a big game or a Chicago Sports Bums event. Remember, all profits go directly back into our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates to keep the beer and food free for everyone. So head over to ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com and pick up a couple Toot Tree shirts today.
All right, Dougie.
Yes, sir.
You have a potential life-changing moment right now.
I feel like I have a life-changing moment every day.
No,
But
this is different. This is different.
This is different. Yeah, like I'm really hot on the campaign trail to be part of Bald Stool Season 2. So yeah, we're doing the damn thing or whatever. It's caught a lot of traction. Got some eyes on me, and we'll see. Offer comes along and we can slam this thing home. That'd be kind of cool if get a little flight out to Turkey and put some lettuce on top of this thing.
All right, so for those that don't know, and not everyone is like stoolies, if you will. I'll preface this by saying, so Barstool, it was Donnie Does and White Sox Dave. They did a season 1 of Barstool where they took a handful of Barstool employees and their fans to Turkey to get hair implants. So that's what we're talking here. We're talking hair implants for the boy Dougie Fresh. You've always been a hat guy, and so that's where I want to start the basis here. I've known you're bald. Since I've known you, you've been bald, but I don't know the Dougie with hair. Talk about the lettuce when it was high school, or even post high school.
Honestly,
what were we rocking with?
Oh, I was a spike guy, so I always had the spikes. So big alt rock guy. So
Static X
like
style,
little not Wayne Static style, but yeah, no, not that long, but like above like a flat top, but
okay.
So I always had the gel spikes and everything like that. I was had those things going on, and obviously you guys can probably see it with Hunter Fresh or whatever. I had a little bit of blonde, so I didn't even have to do frost tips or anything like that. That
dirty blonde action.
Yep, just came naturally. I mean, you can still see the blonde in the beard, everything like that. But yeah, so that was the move or whatever. But I mean, it really wasn't like too much after high school. I was like, oh, this shit's thinning out. I'm like, this thing's going south. By the time I was 30, it was gone. I mean, like, it was gone. Yeah. And, I guess a lot of people say that, like, the more that you wear hats, the more damaging it is on your hair or something like that, but I
hope that's not the case, because I wear hats every day, baby.
Hey, well, I mean, you got good jeans. I'm not a jeans guy. You know that. I'm a short guy.
You hate pants. Yeah, that's true.
Hate pants.
Now,
but, dude, you want to talk about me feeling like my most awkward? It was at that wedding over the weekend. I was in pants and hatless. I'm like, that's an uncomfortable feeling for me.
Yeah, it happens rarely, maybe once or twice a year. You like, we went to our indie trip. We went to St. Elmo's. You did not have a hat, and you were wearing pants that day. But yeah, I didn't know this was like, Jason, you've been a bald guy since I've known you, but not even just like, I'm not even saying receding hairline, but like, you've just always shaved your head bald regardless. Yes. So I don't even think it's been an issue for you, like, or anything like that. Have you been self-conscious about it, or is it like just something like, oh, this is a good opportunity, I kind of want to try it?
I wouldn't say I'm self-conscious. There isn't really much that I'm self-conscious about, like I've been fat, I'm losing weight, I don't know. I guess I'm just like, I feel like I'm a really outgoing person, and I don't let people's comments affect me or anything like that. I don't really care what people say or think of me. You know what I'm saying? So it was never really a big thing or whatever. But I mean, I get super jealous, like looking at like some of like these hockey players and shit like that.
Yeah.
I would like to have the option to have a hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? Like
the flexibility is there.
Exactly.
You want the flexibility. Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's the big thing or whatever. Like I put in my submission video was, like I've recently lost, almost 90 pounds. I can control that. Like I can decide what I eat, what I drink, exercise, all that stuff. You can control weight. Hair, you can't control it at all. Once it's gone, it's no coming back unless you go and do something like this.
But thanks to modern technology and the boys at Barstool, it can be a possibility. So I took the liberty. Once you got the ball rolling, we've been in constant communication text-wise. Like, what do we got to do? We got to get on, Dave's radar and Don's radar, and like, keep retweeting. And then so I'm like, all right, you posted that picture out to the world. I think Beef Loaf was the first one. Like, I didn't really realize you're bald. Like, can we see your hair? And you posted a picture. Yeah, so I, now with the luxury of, the AI going rampant all over the place, and I don't like to use AI all that much, but sometimes it's there for a reason. I went ahead and I got some modern hairstyles that are trendy and popular and things like that. And I wanted to get your instant reaction because you mentioned you were a spiky guy, but I've never known you with hair, and I kind of want to get your reaction. I kind of now thinking back at it, we should have had Mary because that's the most important question. What does Mary think about all this?
Well, I tell you this, like, so I thought it would be maybe a little bit of a harder sell because it's going to be like between 4 and 6 days that I'll be gone and I'd be in Turkey. And so I brought it to her attention. I'm like, hey, this is what I want to do. I'm like, and I don't ever think that she's a very supportive wife. Obviously, as you guys know, she puts up with a lot of shit from me. And she takes care of the kids when I'm at work and all that shit, she, on top of having a job herself. I didn't think that she would ever say no to anything like that, but I always still do the right thing and talk about it beforehand before making a decision like that. But it was also a little hurtful how fast she said yes.
Yes, do it right away.
Yeah. Like it was like, I was like, I'm like, this is the thing or whatever.
Damn.
I'm like, and I could go over some details with you. She goes, no, do it. I was like,
I like
fuck.
that. That's just being supportive. All right.
Yeah.
So this is the base product. This is the picture you tweeted out there. This is what we're working with. I use this exact picture for all 10 hairstyles, just so we have like a constant.
Okay.
So the first one is what I imagine if you had hair, how you woke up Monday morning after a Bears win and a couple fireballs and all of that stuff. Just a messy Dougie.
That's Peter Dinklage.
Oh, I somehow got angry.
Yeah, so the AI is not perfect with the faces, but this is just standard base. Hey, you have hair now. This is what it looks like.
Right.
From there, now we can go to the different styles, and you tell me whether it works for you. Maybe people in the comments, do you like it? Do you don't? Let's go one by one. This here is what they call a modern Caesar. This is a Caesar with a fade. People, all kinds of nationalities wear it, but like this is a popular hairstyle in Chicago too. Thoughts on the Caesar?
Isn't this like the dirtbag like UK hairstyle?
I'm
like
telling you, it's popular. I don't know. It's not my first choice, but people like it.
I mean, I can mess with it, You got to understand, like, I'm gonna be like very like I can rock that, like not having it. Like I'm really kind of subjective to a lot of stuff. Yeah,
This
Give
is
me the Nolan Gallagher.
it does look very Eastern European. This is true. It's like you're gonna get beat up or killed by John Wick. This is a good question before we get to the next one. Real question. If you have hair, do you shave or at least trim up the beard, or you're keeping it? Is it going to be off balance now? We haven't gotten that far thinking.
Yeah, nothing's going to happen to the beard. It's just, it's going to stay. I trim it up a little bit, get the split ends out and stuff like that. But other than that, no, this thing is just stay.
All right. The next thing from the Caesar is something called the Edgar, and it's more of like a Hispanic haircut, but it's very similar. This looks like the Jeff Nadeau. And I'm sorry. Sometimes it's a mullet in the back, but it's like flat, almost like a Mo haircut. But this is shockingly looks like Jeff Nadeau. If people don't know who Jeff Nadeau is, look it up. Dougie, this scared me.
Yeah, so it just said that I'd be really, like hard pressed to say no to something. I am saying no 100% to this thing. Yeah, 100%, dude. That'll get me banned off flights like Jeff Nadeau is.
JT says this haircut looks Mexican sugar cookies. I do agree. All right, so the next one from here, we went long hair because you're a hockey fan. You got to have the salad, and it was hard to get long hair because I didn't have like the side profile or anything like that. So I just said give them long hair. Thoughts on this? This I think you could pull this off.
Yeah, I mean, Derek. I mean, man, I'm just gonna say it. I'm pretty sure that. If I was looking like that, Joey P might come over to my house and pray on Sundays. Because I mean,
bring you a candle.
Yeah. I want it.
Yeah, you like the
I
long
want it.
hair? You think?
Yeah. I think I would look good with it. I think I would.
Yeah,
really look-
that's a wrestler look.
I
Yeah.
think of the three so far, it's a little Brian Danielson look to it. Of the 3 or 4 that we did so far, I think this is the best look so far.
Yes.
So from the long hair, now you have some flexibility. You're not you don't always have to be a hat guy. Would you be messing with like a man bun?
No.
No man bun yoga guy, not that.
You could be serving cocktails in Wicker Park with that.
This is a hipster look. I will give you that much.
Yeah, no, not my style. Not my style. Man bun, and no disrespect to anybody that rocks a man bun. It's just not my thing. It really isn't. That would make me super self-conscious. It really would.
I can't even imagine Dougie going like.
It's a lot of work now. Have you thought about the work now that you're gonna? You do a great job. You talk about the split ends with your beard, and I know we've talked in the past. You have like oils and different things you do for the beard. Now, are you worried about the work now that you're gonna have to do for the beard and the hair? You just don't like you go to work and you put a hat on, and now you got to deal with a little bit of hair.
Yeah, I do spend a good like 5 to 10 minutes on my beard every day. In the morning before work. So I'm going to have to probably wake up a little bit earlier now to work on the hair. But I think it's something that I'd be willing to trade, a nice little trade off. But yeah, I mean, the one thing that I was talking with Mary about was like, I haven't paid for a haircut. I haven't paid for a haircut since like, almost coming up on now 10 years. I haven't, that's going to be like something that like now I got to go through like, and I'm sure that you've dealt with this. Like, you gotta really trust a barber now. Like you gotta have that camaraderie. Like I'm not gonna be like a Great Clips guy. Like
unless they want to sponsor the show. If we got more people with hair, we might get a hair sponsor out of this.
Right. I mean, I mean, hey, if they're willing to do that, let's go.
I agree. The barber relationship is a big deal. And even you, Jason, like, even though you were shaving your head, I knew for a long time you had a good relationship with your guy that would shave your head and stuff like that.
Because he was, I would go to him since a kid, so I didn't want to break up with him. So I was like,
it's a thing. I had a boss. I had a boss in during COVID or whatever. His bartender was so scared of getting COVID that he shut down. My boss didn't get his hair cut for like the better part of like freaking 8 months.
Damn.
Because he was, it was a thing. Like he felt like he was cheating on him.
That's a good relationship. I also like the fact that like Julie's just Philly fan haircut. The long hair was a Vikings fan hair. This is good. These are good stereotypes. I like that. Next one is this might be the Gabriel Bearstown has a flat top. Maybe this is are you a flat top guy? You said you were a spiky haired guy, so I want to make sure I put a little, maybe not flat top, but spiky hair like this.
Spiky hair, I think I could see myself going back to, because when I rocked that, I'm not gonna lie, I think it closed a deal between me and Mary. I don't want to brag, but I think it was a thing.
I dig it. Jason, thoughts on the flat top? It's famous on White Sox Twitter.
I mean, I just see Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Oh shit.
All right, now this one I may have taken a little liberties for the chuckles, but they're popular. Cornrows.
Oh, I would 100% rock cornrows. 100%.
That's an MMA fighter. You're an MMA fighter, dude.
100%, dude. I'd have to do it for something. Just for the yucks, dude. 100%.
This reminds me of when Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec gets hammered and remarries his ex-wife. And he's got cornrows and he shaves his mustache. That's what you're gonna wake up one day after 17 fireball shots in Cincinnati with cornrows and a shaved mustache.
Yeah.
Honestly, you pull this off though. This is a hard look for you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that thing would go hard.
I don't know
That
about the
thing-
cultural appropriation about all of it. That's a different topic for a different day. But you pulled this
Nah.
off.
Yeah. I would love that, dude. I would totally rock that 100%.
All right, we gotta-
Especially some of the designs that they get, like Allen Iverson back in the day. That motherfucker used to the cool fucking designs straight out of prison.
All right, we got a couple more. This is something I, for the longest time, had. It's like a faux hawk, a little
Okay.
David Beckham faux hawk. It's not necessarily spiky, not necessarily a mohawk. It used to be popular maybe like 10 years ago. I don't think it's all that popular now. But you fuck with this or not?
Yeah, I would. I used to rock a mohawk back in the day. I also
see that.
I also used to rock the what's that one wrestler? Damn it. He used to come out with the snake sock.
Santino Morella?
Santino Morella. I used to rock that thing, like the shaved sides with like the fatter mohawk. I used to rock that.
Oh,
thing.
okay. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
you could pull that off. That's a good
Yeah.
look. This is just a standard Jeff DeLoe haircut. Just high and tight, slick back, a little bit of Pat Riley to it. But what do you think?
That'd be a problem for Mary. I'm telling you, it'd be a problem.
Yeah, this is the one. This is the
I-
one that gets the people moving.
I think
the Mary
yep.
moving.
Yep, that one. I think that one moves the needle. That one moves the needle. I think.
All right.
Oh,
This
boy.
is the last one I got, and this is like the most modern of the haircuts, but I feel a lot of people are rocking it. And this was shockingly when I saw this haircut, and this is just me talking. You could say no.
Mhm.
I was like, holy shit, Dougie looks good. So that's a little high and
Oh.
tight with the fade, but you got the coif with the hard part. You got to
Yep,
style
hard
this
part.
one a little bit. But I saw this and I was like, oh shit, Dougie.
Is this a
this
Jay
is-
Cutler?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of Jay Cutler to it.
Okay.
A lot of people are rocking this type of look. But Joey P says
you know-
full chub.
Yeah, you know what? I have just come to the realization. Once I do this, I'm 100% got to get my vasectomy done. 100%.
Well, no, hey, no, time out. You're gonna be in Turkey. You might as well do it while you're there. I'm sure they're gonna, dude. You're in Turkey. They're gonna add it on like a thing of like
It's just
fried
like
fried pickles.
a la-
Yeah,
an a la
It's
carte
just-
item.
yeah.
$2 extra for avocado.
Exactly.
Would you like the super size?
Yeah, it's
your
like I'm
order?
there. I'm getting the it's the I'm getting the attic and the basement work done. But yeah, I saved the best two for last. Those two were my favorite, but I think they all look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dougie, you're gonna put Joey P out of business for the handsomest bum.
Oh man, it's gonna be a thing. I think it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is now you got to clip this and send it to Dave and Donnie. This might be
Oh, yeah.
your ticket to Turkey.
100%. 100%.
Oh man, good shit, Peter.
That,
good
that
shit.
was really good. That was
We're
really
rooting
good.
for you. We're all rooting for you. This is just me trying to help you get to Turkey.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it would be just a cool experience. Obviously, watching season 1 and everything. Even just the food that they were doing and stuff like that. That it was all right up my wheelhouse.
That's sneaky the part of the if you want to say content that I think you would kill is not
Mhm.
only like the hair and everything else it would be good content, but
Yeah.
the food and the dining and the drinking out there. That's where I think you would take it to another level that maybe people in season 1 didn't really get to do all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's exciting. Me and Joey will give you the number of a good barber once you get back.
All right. But I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate everybody getting fully behind this and helping me try and punch this ticket. So let's see what happens.
All right, let's bump some people, Peter.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
All right, it's time for our listener bums and MVBs. First up is our friend Brian. MVBs, White Sox Twitter, over 17,000 raised for people that really need our help. You people continue to amaze me. Thank you to everyone who supported. On the other end of that, bum of the week, Anyone that had an issue with restaurants giving out free food to people in need, eat my ass, you sacks of crap.
Who's hating on Manny's Deli? I mean, Manny's Deli's trying to do something good.
I don't know. But immediately when I saw this, I was like, Brian's trying to feed the people too with his ass.
And MVB Brian for feeding people with his butt.
All right, next up, we got John Murray, MVB, and Bum of the Week. Simultaneously, literally anyone fucking brave enough to take that Cincinnati handshake yesterday. Good for you, Dougie. And Tina.
Dougie,
and
Tina,
Burks.
Yeah,
everyone else who did that with them. Nice little crowd.
Hell yeah.
King S, MVB, Bears. Bum of the Week, Bulls for losing a game. I mean, I'm surprised they were. I'm surprised they went 5-0. Right, like that was shocking. Bulls are #back ? I mean, I gotta start watching games now.
So I've been teasing us talking about the Blackhawks and Bulls for the better part of 2 shows. I think next week we're gonna have to talk Blackhawks and Bulls. That's my promise to you guys.
Okay.
I don't know if the Bulls are back. They look fun to watch. I talked to Aaron. I've probably watched like 4 quarters total this season, but they are running up and down the floor like crazy people, and they are more entertaining. It's a more entertaining brand of basketball. Is it fool's gold? I don't know. Maybe we should get somebody on to talk about it. But yeah, they're back for now.
Yeah. Next up, we got Jeff Bartlett, MVB, Caleb Williams, and Colson Loveland. That was a good end of the game. Bum, the referees in yesterday's game for taking the fumble recovery away from the Bears when Joe Flacco's hand was clearly empty when his arm came forward. We watched that replay on the big board, Dougie, and we all thought that was a fumble. Yep. We were like, fumble, that's a fumble. And once again, the refs keep on fucking the Bears. I don't get it. There's gotta be some 30 for 30 doc coming out about this.
Yeah. Immediately when it happened, both me and Jason were like, what are they even looking at? Because that ball went so far. You're like, it got pushed so fucking far. And then we saw it and we're like, oh, this is us. We got this. And then when they didn't, I was like, they're just trying to keep these guys in the game.
Yeah. JT says the pick 6 was garbage too. Yeah, that was
not even close.
Not even close.
They said that he was touched in the process of going down. I'm like, he got touched 2 minutes before he even intercepted the ball. That made no sense. The NFL officiating has been bad, not only with the Bears, but all over. This season's been brutal.
Yep. Next up, Colonel Bourbon, MVB. Darnell right for that cartwheel during the winning touchdown run. I missed that completely, so I gotta find that out.
It's all over the internet. Just look Darnell Wright touchdown.
All the Darnell Wright highlight I was seeing over yesterday,
pushing out of the club,
going from marker to marker on that. Yeah.
And that's probably a conversation we're gonna have to have. He is playing his way into a big old contract. He has looked the part. It was shaky in the beginning because everyone was getting false start penalties to start the year. But Darnell Wright is playing at an elite level right now.
I think the moment that his game changed was when you took over ownership of that jersey. I think 100%. I think it just needed a new home. That's all.
Maybe. Credit to you, Dougie.
No, credit to you. You're the one changing it.
Next up, we got Gerald Sullivan, MVB. My daughter and her 8th grade girls basketball team for winning championship. Congratulations to them. Yeah, good job. Bum of the Week, YouTube TV and Disney, ESPN Disney. Work it out. You're both already making plenty of money. Stop punishing the regular people who just want to watch football. We didn't get a chance to talk about this at the beginning, but this was, you get the email that, hey, guess what? Tomorrow you're not going to have ABC and Disney, and internet freaked the fuck out because it was right before, Saturday college football. Everyone's like, oh yeah, it'll be back. And then it's not back. And now there's no, I come home, I can went on this, 48-hour bender. I come home and I'll immediately remember that I can't watch Monday Night Football tonight. Look, YouTube TV, they suck, right? You get an email over once a month saying, hey, guess what? You're going to lose, and then a couple months later, you get a jacked up rate. ESPN, I think this is more on them at this time. You all know that they got ESPN and Disney. They got the ESPN Plus app that they want people to pay $30 a month for, which, by the way, for streaming service, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You know, thinking 30, you're going to get $30 a month when not even premium Netflix is that much money, right? Isn't
Right.
Netflix, I think, is a $25 a month for their premium tier. So you want to come in and be like, hey, you know what? We got Disney Plus that you can pay, you know, $20 a month for, you know, for no ads. Now they want an extra $30. Disney's fucking terrible.
Mhm.
And at one point, like, someone from the SEC or someone's got to fucking step in and be like antitrust some shit, because Disney owns Fubo. They own Hulu.
That's exactly right.
Right. Yeah.
So you're purposely doing this to get people to go switch to your own product.
Yep.
So I don't want to go back to Comcast, but I think I might have to, because if I go to Fubo, I'm giving Disney my money, so they're winning either way. It's a no-win situation.
That's the crazy thing about this is, like, we've been complaining about the carrier deals with YouTube TV since we got them, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
We got them around the same time. You're making Google, of all people, the good guys in this situation, because Disney and its conglomeration is just usurping everything. They own Fubo. They're supposedly putting in a bid for Time Warner Brothers and all of their IP. So they're going to own Marvel, DC, and everything else. It's like, at what point does it stop? I don't know, but we're going to be the ones fucking, you know, holding the short end of the stick, because streaming was supposed to be easier for everyone, and it's 1,000 times worse. The compartmentalization of sports and everything else is brutal. Like, if I'm going to watch everything regardless, but like someone like my dad or your guys' parents, they're not going to CHGO and then going to Disney Plus or ESPN and then bouncing to Amazon Prime on Thursday nights. It's up.
Yeah. I said this a year ago, before the even ESPN Plus app came out, when Disney was starting to, you know, slowly buy up stuff. I said a year ago that I wouldn't be surprised if we eventually see a Disney like live TV, like cable kind of, like a YouTube TV, like a YouTube TV kind of thing, you know, because they own up all these networks already. It wouldn't shock me at all if they just came out with their own live TV package. And I mean, yes, I know they own Hulu, but I'm talking, you know, under the Disney actual umbrella.
Yeah.
So I think this is where it's going to, and maybe I'll check out. I don't want to go to Hulu, but I'll check it out. But at this point, though, like, I feel like Comcast is kind of like the, you know, path of least resistance, you know, like,
yeah, Comcast. And Julie's not going to want to hear this, because we had DirecTV for a decade, and then when we moved here, we got rid of DirecTV, and it was a headache. It's going to be Comcast or DirecTV. Those are the only two options, other than all of these conglomerations or whatever. And then Hulu is going away.
Yeah. Oh. Well, why don't we, instead of trying to be a victim, why don't we be the ones that just spearhead? Let's clip this fucking thing right here and let's start tagging the SEC in it. Let's get them going.
Yes, because they'll listen to our tweets.
Yeah.
Quick.
Oh yeah,
Jerry,
he made it
cheers,
just on time.
Yeah, cheers.
Salute,
cheers,
Jerry.
Jerry, cheers.
Appreciate you.
Voice is cashed.
Next up is JT. Bum Week Disney ESPN for a dispute with YouTube TV that seems premeditated to drive up their $30 a month unlimited streaming service. Suspicious timing. You know, another note on that was apparently that $30 is like kind of false. I guess their unlimited is a higher tier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys saw that whole thing, but like they're not even like streaming in live time. Did you guys see that with sports?
Yes.
Oh yeah, They're like their ads cut in to the live sports. So then they just start the live sports later and later and don't tell people. So like by the time you're at halftime, you're like 2 minutes behind.
Yep. Yeah, that's brutal. That's shady as fuck.
Yeah, I don't like that one bit.
And they're gonna take over Red Zone, fuckers. MVB Kyle Manungai. Hashtag Manungai and Brock Bowers victory Tuesday. Yeah.
JT's been tagging me in fantasy football tweets all week, and I've been purposely ignoring them. I did not retweet. I did not like. I did not comment. I don't worry about fantasy football when the Bears have a victory Monday. I'm all Bears, baby.
Yeah. But I did like his little picture that he edited. I don't know if you guys read it or not.
No, that's a good meme. That's a good meme.
Good meme.
Yeah. Next up, Nigerian Prince, MVP, everyone involved in passing the new transit bill that both reforms Pace Metra and the CTA and saves it from the fiscal cliff.
Sounds
Luke
like
Girl's,
good news.
Luke Girl's very happy.
Yeah, I don't know what this is all about. I'm not a train guy, but Prince is a train guy, so I'm happy for him.
Yeah. Next up, Joey P, Bum of the Week, car rental companies finding out that your fully prepaid reservation is canceled when your plane lands, and he used the Seinfeld meme of taking and holding a reservation. Oh, that sucks, dude. Like, car companies suck, man. I feel bad for that happened. Do they have Ubers in Mexico?
Oh, yeah. I Ubered all over the place. At least in the big cities, they do. Mexico City, Guadalajara, all the big cities, Monterrey, they have a bunch of Ubers, and they're cheap, dude. I mean, they'll drive you everywhere for like $5. I like it.
Yeah, nice. It's pretty nice.
His MVP is gold top Modelos. Ooh, I like those. They're sexy.
High class.
So good.
Yeah. Next up, we got Mailman Jack, MVP, our guy Yumper from At the Show Pod. Just finished up 31 Days of Horror last Friday, 31 different recommendations on movies, consecutive days. Dude does another meeting of slacking off. Yeah, good work. That's a nice little podcast a day marathon.
Hell yeah.
Bum of the Week, the ongoing government shutdown, Evergreen Post. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. This is affecting people's livelihood, and the politicians don't give a fuck. These morons work for us. Shocking, breaking news.
Yeah.
That they don't give a fuck about us. They never do.
Nope. Sentiment Mailman Jack. Good to have him back.
Yeah. All right. Time to finish up with our bums and MVPs. I'm going to go first. We mentioned it earlier in the show. It's bars that kick you out during Game 7 of the World Series when it's top of the ninth. At some point, you just got to buck the rules and let people, stay and hang out and watch the game, right? Yeah. Even if you're all closed out. We weren't the only ones there. There was a handful of other people there, but Game 7, it's ninth inning. You got to at least let people stick to the end. If it goes to extras, I can make an argument. Okay, you guys got to go, but kicking you out at the top of the ninth, bad luck.
Tough scenes.
And it was a tough scene. They took the water off of our table.
Yeah,
I mean, they literally came up and like, you're done drinking this. Get out.
Yeah. And my MVP goes out to Matt and Katie for the hosting the great tailgate on Saturday. Did a great fucking job. Great food, great vibes. Let us come and crash it, and put up with all the hooligans, misfits. So yeah, good time. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah, echo that shit 100%.
All right, Dougie, you're up.
All right, my MVP the week, besides the Burks, goes out to Brad Marchand. I don't think I would ever thought in a million years that I would be MVP in this guy. He is a rat asshole on the ice, but he has a heart, and he took a couple days off from the team, a leave of absence, because one of his best friend's daughters passed away, and the father is a coach of a hockey team, so he took a couple days off away from the team to go down and coach the team when they were down a coach. And stories like that, and I will say, and I might be biased because I do love hockey. Hockey players are some of the most genuine athletes that you'll ever meet. They really just are real people persons. But yes. So that hit me in the feels or whatever, to just see him go down there and coach like a pretty much nothing team, just out of the respect for his friend that lost his daughter. So shit like that is 100% going to get me an MVP every time. My bum of the week, I have two of them. I told you guys about one of them, but I wanted to just bust Jason's balls. So he's one of my bums of the week. We were at the wedding, and he fucking got a false start penalty. He announced to the entire table, he goes, guys, the bar's back open. And all of us got excited. Well, the bar wasn't back open. It was the father of the bride grabbing a drink.
Blue balls.
I was like, oh yeah, he's on and he getting follow the bride privileges and making me think the bar was back open. Like, how am I supposed to know that he was getting special treatment? When I see drinks being handed.
Yeah.
Now,
no.
we're at the age where we've been to enough weddings to know.
Mhm.
Did you guys not stock up on drinks before they closed that bar? Because whenever me and Julie go to a wedding, and this is not even like when we were in our 20s, this will be like tomorrow if I go to a wedding. If they're saying the bar closes before dinner or something like that, my table is going to look like the end of a night at Bourbon Street. I'm going to have drinks lined up for the next 2 hours to make sure. Did you guys not stock up?
It was a different situation. It was a 2-level event. So we were downstairs where the ceremony happened. Open bars happening there. We go upstairs. When we go upstairs, that bar was already closed before the thing. So it was like we kind of like, I think we're expecting to go upstairs and that bar be open for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah, it was totally not a rookie move. It was just a not playing the home field advantage venue.
Yeah.
So,
gotcha.
So just a little funny bum right there or whatever. So false start on the offense. My other one has to do with drinking as well. Cincinnati rule. Bum of the week on this. No matter how many people you have with you, you're only allowed to buy 2 drinks per transaction. So yeah. So
like at the stadium?
Yep, at the stadium. So
you get 8 people, you only buy like 2 drinks per
credit card swipe? I went to go buy a round. I'm like, I got first round. All 8 of us are right there.
So we could have bought 16 beers in Chicago at that point.
Yeah,
but
there was. I'm sorry, 6 of us. So it was 6 of us, and then I'm like, okay, here's all our beers, and she's like, no, 2 transactions per card. I'm like, but I got everyone here. She's like, no, it's per card.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's like, you can do you can buy. She's like, you can buy them with 3 separate transactions. I'm like,
yeah, you're gonna be swiping the whole time or chipping
the whole pointless.
I just looked at her and I'm like, what do you want? My guy to get a fraud alert? He's out of town and he's gonna do like 3 transactions in a row. I'm like,
and it's cashless, of course, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
You guys buried the lead. You guys were talking about that stadium like it was sunshine and rainbows and everything like that. I hated the Colts stadium, but at least they didn't pull this bullshit on us. I would have been furious the whole time. Yeah. 2 beers and then that's it. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. No, Dougie's 100% right. If I did that 3 times, I'm getting fraud alerted, and then my card's cut off. So.
So yeah, that easy.
Everyone buy your own drinks. Everyone.
I mean, that's what it turned out to be. It was like it turned out from like hey, I want to buy a round, and I'm like, oh, I'll get the next round. Into like everybody's just on your own. Like.
Yeah, they're gonna more transaction fees than Joe Flacco had passing yards. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so that was my bum of the week, big time.
All right, Peter, take us home.
All right, I'll start off with my bums of the week and then finish with my MVPs. But my first bum of the week, and he was in the comments earlier. He had a submission for bums of the week, and I really did have a good time. I said it on his show. I'm talking about Brian S. We've done about 30 podcasts together, whether it's the wrestling stuff, the drafty pods. He's been our show. I've been on his show. We've been friendly like that for a long time. And I do like going on the show a lot. But what he did to me in this graphic to promote this podcast is unforgivable. I might have to fisticuffs next time I see him, because I just talked about using AI for Dougie's haircuts and stuff like that. Like, everyone's using AI nowadays. It's easy. Herb, and I'm going to put the picture up there for a second, but I want people to brace yourselves first. Herb Lawrence was on the podcast. He looks great in this picture. He looks like he's 20 years younger, great haircut and everything. Brian S. has used the same picture for himself forever. For some reason, I don't know what I look like, but this is crazy, dude. Oh, it's Yumper. This I should have known. I should have known it was Yumper doing this. He's been. So now I'm just bumming the Penguins, and I'm bumming the Penguins as a whole, because this was, you did me dirty, man. This was on my birthday week, no less.
Damn.
As soon as I saw this, Peter, I texted you. I was like, "Why are you having a stroke in this graphic?"
Oh man,
This was brutal. Do I look like that?
No, that's not even remotely close to you.
damn, that looks so sad. And you can retool AI a bunch of times.
Yeah,
you just got to say, change this, change that.
Try again, or like redo it.
He says that he used your picture. You don't have any pictures that look like that, dude.
No, I mean,
dude,
no.
that looks
Also,
more
I
like,
shaved.
That looks more like Rodog than fucking Peter.
It does. Hey, shout out Rodog. It does. Rodog's handsome, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so now I guess I change it from Brian S. It's Yumper, but the Penguins did me dirty, and I consider them friends. But after this, I might have to reconsider. Well, this is some fighting stuff right here. I'm gonna have to pal them left and right now.
No shit.
My second bum and MVP, and this is just like an evergreen. At this point, it's a very one-sided feud. And I talk about it all the time. I'll use it high in my end of the year bum of the year rankings. It's Elon Musk. It's Elon Musk, and it's not because of his stupid ass politics, and it's not because of his stupid ass Cybertruck, and it's not because of his stupid ass name for his stupid ass daughter that looks like an equation, and it's not because he's ruining all kinds of different things, and it's not because today of all things, it's that Threads, something that nobody fucking uses, is surpassing X in daily active users on mobile devices worldwide for the first time by a razor-thin margin in late September. Nobody uses Threads, and the fact that Twitter it's dying before our eyes, but it's not even because of that, because we should probably be less on Twitter, although we did have a good day on Twitter today. It's because I think he knows that we're in a budding rivalry, and he knows that I've been bum of the weeking him for so long. It was my birthday week. It was my birthday on Saturday, and for some reason, the Twitter balloons were gone that day. No Twitter balloons. I got Beefloaf commenting, how do I even know it's Baloney's birthday? He doesn't got the balloons on his page. I think this is a personal thing now. I think it's me versus Elon, and I'm gonna have to fight dirty.
I think we might have to run back who's your most famous person to visit your profile, because it's going to be Elon Musk on Peter's now.
It has to. I'm on his radar, and he's on mine.
Oh man,
bum, evergreen bum. I want my balloons. I want my balloons back.
I'm dude. What makes me even more happy is that like you pulled this from a tweet. like it could have been a news story from anywhere, but you had to like. It's a tweet, not on Threads. It's a tweet. Love it.
He got me hook, line, and sinker. So I did not get my birthday balloons, but I did get a bunch of birthday wishes. So my MVBs and how it closed out. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank obviously my wife and my kids and everyone I really did have a really nice weekend. My parents got me dinner last night. That was great. Aaron and Sandra took me to the Fire game and treated me to a whole lot of modelos on Saturday. So it was a really good time. I want to personally shout out Dougie Fresh. He texted me on Saturday while I was at work, and I said, "Are you home?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm home for a little bit, but I got to get back to work." He sent me a care package, and I'm going to show you guys the picture here. It's everything I would ever want it's a 24 pack of Modelo, some chicharrones, some brownies. You did throw in those oatmeal raisin cookies, you son of a bitch, but don't worry. I like them as well. I sent you a picture. I had like 3 micheladas for the game on Sunday. So I was like, hell yeah. Those Ferrero Rocher ice creams that I hadn't had. I had it last night. I was saving it for the end of the night. Those things are going to be a problem. Those things are so goddamn good. So this was a very nice surprise while I was working. I get home and I got this all on the counter. I was like, fuck yeah, Dougie. So I want to thank you, but thank you for everyone on Twitter and everyone on Instagram and Facebook and all those with the, birthday wishes and everything else like that. I want to thank everybody. So thank you guys. We're on to year 42 or 43. I don't even know. You forget at this age. Am I 42 or 43? 42. I am 42. We're on to year 43.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. That's our show. One last thing. Make sure you RSVP for our watch party on Black Friday, week 13 versus the Eagles at the Remova Loft. We're running back our $35 food and beverage package. Food will be announced shortly, but you get your 5 drink tickets for some house brews. A lot more fun stuff to come, to be announced in the coming weeks. So if you don't have plans on Black Friday, make sure you join us at the Remova. Going to be a great time with Bears fans. I'm going to root on a victory against the Eagles. And as was mentioned in the earlier in the show, make sure you donate for the help with the Southside Food Drive for the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Going to help feed a lot of people this holiday season. So thank you to everyone who's already donated. And thank you to everyone who commented and joined in on the Yucks. We had a great time. Me and Doug are going to go pass out now after all our shenanigans. And with that, we'll see you guys soon. Have a great week.
Bear down, baby. Look at the claws up.
Never a doubt.